Hello students, today we'll start lesson 5, that is the respiratory system. Before I actually start the chapter, we will discuss what is respiration. Respiration means the action of breathing. But in biology we'll say respiration is the process in living organisms involving the production of energy, typically with the intake of oxygen and the release of carbon dioxide from the oxidation of the complex organic substance. And in this chapter, we will learn two types of respiration. First is internal respiration and other is external respiration. Internal respiration is a biological process in which oxygen combines with the food. It takes place inside the cell as the name suggests, and in it the food is broken down to release energy, and this is also called as cellular respiration. Now let's talk about what is external respiration. External respiration, it is a physical process in which oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out. And as the name suggests, it takes place outside the cell, and in it, no energy is released from the body. Now, let us study about the organs of respiratory system. The main organs of respiratory systems are the nose, the windpipe, bronchi, lungs, alveoli. Now we'll study about nose. As we know, nose has two nostrils, and through these nostrils we inhale air, which leads to nasal cavity. And inside the nostrils we have hairs and mucus producing cells, which makes it sticky and moist. And the hair and the mucus, they help to trap the dust and germs and prevent them going deeper into the respiratory tract. And the blood vessels in the nose helps to warm the inhaled air. Now we'll study about windpipe. After air enters into the nasal cavity, it enters into the pharynx, and then from the pharynx it goes into trachea. Trachea is, in simple language we call it windpipe, and it is elastic tube extending down the length of the neck and divided into chest cavity. And between the pharynx and the trachea, means windpipe, there is a small air passage which we call larynx. It is commonly known as voice box, and the voice box has folds of tissue which vibrate the passage of air to produce sound. है ना? When the passage of the air it vibrates, the sound produces. Now let's study about bronchi. The length of the bronchi is 4 inches and an inch in diameter. The trachea, now we have understood trachea in simple language, windpipe. It is divided into two branches called bronchi. Singular we called is bronchus, and each bronchus lead to lung, where it divides and redivides, finally form fine air passage called bronchioles. Now let's study about lungs. Lungs, we know they are located in the chest cavity, which allows the body to take in oxygen from the air, and they also help in removing the carbon dioxide from the body. The lung lies on the either side of the breastbone. It means on both the side we have lungs. We have two pairs of lungs, and it is very important to know that left lung is slightly smaller, and the size of the lung is smaller in left side is just because it has to create a space for the heart also, just because human heart also it is located in the left side of the body. And within the lungs, each bronchiole leads to bunch of air sacs, and we call it alveoli, and singular is called alveolus. Now let's study about alveoli. Alveoli, they are minute air sac where actual gas molecules of oxygen and carbon dioxide are exchanged between the respiratory space and the blood capillaries. Hemoglobin is a protein in your red blood cells that carries oxygen to your body's organ and tissues and transport carbon dioxide from your body organs and tissues back to your lung. If hemoglobin test reveals that it is low in your body, it means you have low RBCs. RBCs means red blood cells. It means you are anemic. Now let's talk about external respiration or breathing. Mainly it consists of two phases, inspiration and expiration. Inspiration means inhalation of the air and expiration means exhalation of the air from the nose. And the chest cavity has a sheet of muscles below the lung. Below the lung, the chest cavity has a sheet of muscles. It is called diaphragm. And diaphragm also act as a partition between the cavities of the chest and the abdomen. And the diaphragm and the chest muscle contract when we breathe in and it expands when we breathe out. Now let's talk about respiratory disease, and these disease can be caused by a variety of factors such as germs, pollution, smoking and the weakness of the chest muscles. Some respiratory disease which are caused by germs, they are common cold, tuberculosis and pneumonia, and they spread when we come in contact with any other person who is suffering from it. For example, if a patient coughs, sneezes or speaks, the germs from his body transfers to the other body and that person also get affected. But all the diseases are not spreadable, all the diseases are not communicable, they do not go from one person to another. For example, asthma, lung cancer, they are also respiratory disease but they do not spread. Smoking and air pollution increase the risk of developing respiratory disease. We have seen miners, factory workers, constructions workers, and traffic policemen. They inhale smoke and toxic fumes, metal particles, and dust on the daily basis. So they have a risk of developing respiratory disease. Same way, hospital staff can also develop respiratory disease just because frequently they come in contact with the people or the patient suffering from respiratory disease caused by germs. So it is all about a chapter. Go through for better understanding. Have a good day.